Welcome to the Uncanny Weekly News.
We have some fantastic comic book reviews coming up, as well as the next installment of our top 30 trade paperbacks of all time.
In addition, we're going to be talking about the brand new Commander decks that hit the shelves this week, and we're going to see Burger geek out about some nerd TV.
We also have the lowdown on a really great event that's happening at one of your neighborhood Uncannys this weekend. This week, I got to read The Mighty Thor by Jason Aaron, with art by Russell Dauterman. I absolutely loved this book, but then again, I've loved Jason Aaron's Thor since he picked it up almost 3 years ago. In this issue, we see Jane Foster going through some of her cancer treatment. We also find out why that treatment's ineffective. The art in this book is transcendent. Russell Dauterman just creates this ethereal world with some really bright brights and some really dark darks. I absolutely loved this book, and I recommend it to anybody who's a fan of not only Jason Aaron or Thor, but just comic books in general.
This week, I'm going to talk about Huck.
I got this one, Ashlei. Huck is a modern retelling of Mark Twain's fantastic story of a boy becoming a man. In it,
Different
are you...
Huck.
Different?
Different Huck.
It's not the Huckleberry? Oh. Okay. Sorry.
The Huck that I'm going to be speaking about is a new book by Mark Millar and Raphael Albuquerque. This book is phenomenal. I wanted to pick it up back when I saw the preview for it about 2 months ago, and it did not let me down. I immediately noticed that the character seemed a lot like Superman, and a little research actually told me that I was right. Mark Millar did this as an answer to the current treating of Superman in the new films, where they're making him almost an anti-hero, and he's not the Boy Scout in blue we always believed him to be. The art truly tells the story. There are full spreads where there are absolutely no words on the page, and yet the tale still continues on, and you get a good feel for what's happening. It's a story of a character who grows up in a small town and has superhuman powers. The town people are very protective of him, but there's new people that moved in who don't understand why they're so protective. I definitely recommend picking this up. I cannot wait to see where it goes.
In our next installment of the top 30 trade paperbacks of all time, we have number 29, Mike Mignola's Hellboy, Volume 1, Seed of Destruction. Gotta tell you, the first thing that hit me about this book was the absolutely fantastic art in it. It's a very distinctive art style.
It is. They use very heavy inking and a ton of bold colors. The heavy inking tends to take away some of the distinct detail that we find in some other art styles, but I feel like it really fits the tone of the book.
Oh, yeah. I also really appreciate that it's really clear that Mike Mignola did his research when he started the book. There's a lot of really nice context in the history that they mention, from anywhere from the origin, you see a little bit of the origin of Abe Sapien, to, the references to the characters that he talks about, the other Nazis and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really kind of a brilliant book with the way it ties this world that he's built into our own, and he's using real historical characters in the story.
I also liked it because you could kind of see why it was something that Guillermo del Toro would have picked up to option for a movie. It was very close in the story, and, I almost felt like I was reading Ron Perlman as I read the lines.
Oh, yeah, I definitely heard Ron Perlman's voice in it every minute. They picked the right person to play that character.
I really enjoyed this book, and having read Volume 1, I'm really looking forward to checking out Volume 2.
Continue watching our series to see future installments of all of our top 30 trade paperbacks of all time.
Next up, we'll be talking about the new Magic 2015 Commander decks. These decks are absolutely fantastic. They come in enemy colors. What that means is they're colors that you normally wouldn't see played with each other.
I really like some of the darker decks. I'm all about black, so I looked at some of the cards that were in it, and I am thrilled about what they've put together in these decks.
These decks are extremely playable. You may not take the cake at your next neighborhood party, but you're definitely not going to get swept by them.
Yeah, and with just a little bit of tweaking, you can turn these decks into very competitive decks. You can definitely be somebody who is a contender.
These decks are really great for somebody who's looking to get into the format. There's a whole bunch of cards in there that are absolute Commander staples that are good in any Commander deck, not just the one that you get in the box here.
So whether you're a longtime Magic player trying to get into this format or you're new to the game, it is a great casual entry into the game, and it's a single purchase you can make and then expand on later on.
Stop by any of your neighborhood Uncanny stores and pick up one of the brand new Commander 2015 decks. They're so much fun to play. This was such a good week on TV, I had a hard time choosing my favorite moment. I'm going to have to give it to The Flash because it's a twofer. Not only do we get to see some Huck Girl action, you get to see the costume, you get to see the wings, Cisco vibes out on it, it's so freaking cool. At the end of the episode, when Grodd gets sent away to Earth 2, we also get to see Gorilla freaking City. And it's so great. You know, it sucks that there's not going to be any new TV next week, but Marvel has done something really great for us.
Marvel just released Jessica Jones, and oh my god, if you are not watching this series, you are making a huge mistake. It's an expansion on what's going on in Hell's Kitchen in the Daredevil series, and they're bringing in the character Jessica Jones and some other characters that are known and beloved in Marvel.
Luke Cage, the Purple Man, I mean, this show has everything. If you're not watching it, you definitely should be.
Yeah, when you're done with this video, pull up Netflix and just binge watch the entire series. Trust me, you won't regret it.
That's it for us this week. I'm Berger.
And I'm Ashley. And just to let you guys know, we won't be back next week. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We hope you enjoy your time with your family and loved ones over Thanksgiving. Remember,
we can't be uncanny without you.